And that makes
On to
volume
the
one.
next chick, on to the next chick, on to the next week, on to the next chick, on to the next chick, on to the next chick, on to the next.
I know. So you've been wondering how that was made, right? Anyways, because today is my birthday, it's gonna be a giveaway tutorial today. So let's go on to After Effects and learn this. Okay, so what you saw there was just me taking a plain footage of myself, just I don't know, I'm just messing around in a compound. So one thing I want you to know about doing stuff like this, tracking something on, I mean, you see different 2D, 3D stuff that are being tracked on like a wallpaper or on the floor or whatever. And especially like with my last post, I know a few people were like, oh, that was pretty neat, that they want to know how uh, that was made. But yeah, so one thing you want to take note when it comes to 3D tracking is your whatever surface you'll be tracking should be rough enough, should have enough contrast, because if you don't have enough contrast, it's going to be hard for the computer to the software to kind of generate tracking data. So you want to keep that in mind. So make sure your floor is not like blurry, your surface. Try to avoid reflections, try to avoid blurry surfaces, like get it as crisp as possible. So for those of you that use a professional camera, the better way to get like crispy more contrast so that there's no motion blur is to increase your shutter speed, if that makes sense. So what your shutter speed will do for you is, you see I'm moving my hand, you can see all these blur. So to reduce the blur is to increase your shutter speed. So go like 1/250 above 500, blah blah blah, like that. Anyways, enough of all these chit chat. I believe by now you know a little bit about After Effects. You know what this and that does. But the good thing is I'm not making this shot complicated. I'm just making it a static, a tripod shot, because that would be easier for us to track. But there's some shots where the camera will actually be moving, and those are camera you have to move the camera position, and you know what, I don't even know what I'm saying again because it's my birthday. But anyways, let's go on to After Effects and make this happen. Okay, so on here in After Effects, I would start by, I want to get a point where I'm gonna start. So I took myself out of the frame. Let me look for where the end point would be. Okay. Still right there. Okay, we don't need those two. So now let's track our footage. So you want to right click on your footage and just go to it's right here somewhere. You see track and stabilize. You want to track camera, not stabilize, not track motion, track camera. So once you click on that, you see on your left workspace here, this is the effect controls. This is where you'll be able to tell your tracker what and what not. So for this, it's a fixed angle, so that's fine. We're gonna 3D solve. I like to go to my advanced and do detailed analysis. So if you do detailed analysis, it would try as much as possible to generate even more information. So yeah, so right now, while we're waiting on After Effects to finish tracking, I'm just gonna do one or two things, you know. Now that I have the scene tracked, um, so I've already imported something for us to kind of play with. It's a love shape, but yeah, let us turn off the button, the high for that for now. We'll turn off the layer. So now, when you finish tracking your footage, ideally, you wanna get where each position is, depending on where you wanna put your object, basically. So you see all these points, they are so small. Let us increase the size. You come to track points right there, so you can see they are a little bit bigger now. But anyways, so what I will do here is I'm gonna pick 3 points where I think feels like a plane. So you pick 3 points. You see how it kind of gives me like a suggestion. It's also feeling like it's a plane. So you click on that, you right click, and always make sure you do this first before any other thing. You set ground plane at origin. So I'll click on that. So once you click on that, you kind of told After Effects that this is where my ground plane should be. So you've already set the base pretty much. So then you right click on it again. Now it gives you the option to either create a text in 3D space, a camera, a light, a null layer. So depending on whichever one you want. So in my case, because I already have an object, which is the love shape that I want to put into this scene, I would pick a null and camera. So for the null and camera, so the reason why I'm picking a null and camera, like I said, is because I already have something. So my null is just gonna serve as my kind of placeholder. I mean, you obviously know what camera will do. So what camera will do is it's gonna regenerate the camera that you had physically when you were recording your footage. So the camera inside of the 3D tracker now will now represent the exact position where your physical camera was. So I'll click on null and camera. You can see it's created a null and a camera. So now I'll click on my null. You see it right there. So we have our y-axis, x-axis, and z-axis. To be honest with you, ideally, z-axis is more towards depth. So I feel like the blue should be the one pointing this way. So I would rather have us change that. So let's go to our rotation. Let's try and change that. As you can see, I'm just trying to increase the size here. I'm just trying to get it to kind of level up. So anyways, let's not waste time on doing that. So now that you already have a null representing that position in the camera space, so now I can bring my love shape Oh, actually, I have it in the scene. So now, always make sure before your 2D layer can work as a 3D, there's a button right here. If you click on it, it tells your 2D layer that, hey, convert yourself into 3D because we're about to fly in 3D space. So anyways, click on that, you don't see it. The reason why you don't see it is because once it changes from 2D to 3D, it just throws itself like anywhere in 3D space in the camera. So it's somewhere here that I don't even know where it is. So the only way we can call it back to see it is using the position of our null, which we already had. If you remember, I told you it's just gonna be a placeholder. So you click on your null, let us put down our position. So the position of our null is 0, 0, 0. So now let us give our heart shape. Let us give our heart shape 0, 0, 0 for its position as well. So 0, 0, 0. So you can see it's there, right there, but we still don't see it. The reason why we don't see it because it's so far away. So now we need to scale it up a little bit. Yes, hold shift if you want whatever you have to be to kind of respond faster. So anyways, as you can see, it's big already, but the orientation is not looking right. We need to face it to the camera. So let's go to our rotation. Let's rotate it on the y-axis. But anyways, so let's keep rotating right there. It's not straight yet. We need to straighten it up. So you can see we have our heart shape there. Let us reduce the scale a little bit. I just hope you guys are following along. Don't forget, you can always hold shift if you want it to act faster. You can see that. So I'm just gonna rotate it a little bit to the side. Then I'll raise it up a little bit. And one quick tip here is anything you want to move in 3D space, always make sure you hold that object in their axis, so X, Y, or Z, because if you just move it around like this, you've messed things up. So what you want to do is, if you want to move it up, move it in Y. If you want to move it to the depth, move it in Z space. And if you want to move it in X, right and left, you do X-axis. So keep that in mind. So anyways, we have our love shape right there. So what I'll do now, I'm just gonna do a short, quick animation there. So let's rotate it in the y-axis. So click on your stopwatch on the y-axis and to infinity. Let's rotate it like 3 times. So if we play back, you see that? I know. So what's going on now? You'll be wondering, well, Larry comes in the shot and the love shape is kind of just in his face. What the heck? So the way you can have this object right here come behind Larry here is just kind of see everything as like a whole canvas, and for one layer to appear above the other, you need to create some sort of like a mask so that one will kind of, the one you want to be on top will kind of take over the one beneath it. So now we want Larry to be on top. So what we want to do is just make a duplicate copy of the footage where Larry is. We'll put it on top the love shape. I know it covers it up. So what you want to do now is press G for your mask. So we need to mask out Larry. As you can see right there. Just keep clicking. Voila. So we need to mask out Larry to have the love shape behind him, as you can see there. Okay. So for this, this is just one frame. So if you need to do, for like the entire scene, that is another topic of its own that I don't think we want to get into right now. So but that's just the little gist of that. For the sake of this tutorial, I'll just make the love shape smaller instead of going through all that. I'll just make it smaller, and I'll push it to the side. Push it to the side. Increase the rotation. So like 10. So as you can see, staying right there in the frame. Now you see me as I'm gonna pass it to let you know that it's in 3D.
I know. So you've been wondering how that was.
So you can also duplicate and let us put it on the other side. We have our duplicate copy here. Let's reduce the resolution so we'll be able to work faster. Oh, that's why. Sorry, it was selecting both the footage and it's like, what the heck? So let us put the add shape on and let's play again.
I know. So you've been wondering how that was made, right?
To be fair, let us reduce the size of this so I kind of don't get in its way. Don't forget, it's just for the purpose of this tutorial.
I know.
So that's it, pretty much. Let me see, what else can we add? Okay, I think I have. Okay, so I have this, which is kind of gonna show more of like what I had on my initial post. Let us upload this and bring this into our scene. So let's say you wanted to add something like this to your scene, right? Scale it down first. Don't forget what I said, that you have to convert your layer into 3D for it to work. You see, once I press the 3D icon, you don't even see it anymore. Now let us change the position to be 0, 0. If you remember, our null was 0. Now let us scale it up. Let us rotate. See that? Let us rotate. Let us change the anchor point. So the reason why I'm just changing the anchor point, so it's easier for us to like move around. So let us move it. Next. So if you were wondering, kind of like the one that I did for my earlier tutorial, it's kind of the same, it's kind of the same procedure. I'm just gonna like rotate it to the side a little bit. Let's see where I'll pass through here. Actually, you know what? Since my face is looking down, maybe we should just rotate this. Let's rotate this down instead. Okay. So let's rotate it down. Move it to the side here. And let's move it to the side. I just want to show you guys like the possibilities. It's endless. You see how that sticks to the ground right there? Okay, just so it feels like I'm interacting with something. So what we can do is the heart sign. Let us duplicate it again, but this time we'll take the position of the Instagram post page that we brought in. I'll take that one up. Let us take the position of that. So all you want to do is just copy the position, just copy the entire position and put it on the art sign. So you can see easily it jumps down. So now let us change the anchor point. Let's change the anchor point so it will be easy for us to move as well. Now let us move it. Honestly, all I'll say is watching a 3D artist work, things can look messy, get messy, but the end result is what matters at the end of the day. So let us rotate. I want to rotate it to the ground so it marks the floor like that. So you can see. So now let's see. Oh, I forgot there's rotation on it. So now I stopped the rotation on that. Let's put it back. Okay. So now if I play, you see it's sitting right there. See?
I know. So you've been wondering.
So like I said again, because I'm already in front of this, if you want to have your subject behind, all you want to do is duplicate your footage, put it on top of everything, and then you have to mask your subject. You see, easily it comes back. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this particular tutorial. I would make sure to upload a little bit more more detailed one where we'll have the camera move in the scene. So yeah, guys, that's it, and thank you for all the better wishes if you happen to say one, and I'll see you guys in the next class. Ciao.